this conversation with like DJs or like I had a show idea for a minute.
Wait, were you not recording the whole time?
I was.
Are you lying?
No, I was.
Okay, that's the only reason we kept talking.
No, I was recording the whole time.
Alright, cool. I thought I seen you hit a button. Oh, so you were running from the top now.
Yeah,
reset the clip. Okay.
So
boom.
I'll give you a count.
Wow. No, it's all good. We'll just get into it. Like that. Go ahead.
Alright, 3, 2.
Oh man.
You gotta get all this. You gotta use all that.
Oh my god.
Like I said, we can talk forever.
DJ Goth. You are now activated with DJ Goth. Arizona Way 2 active interviews. I'm rocking with my boy DJ TIGGZ.
What up?
We've been here all night, man. We already did the music review show. It's been a great night. He's been dropping crazy knowledge on me off the camera, so we're gonna make that shit turn right back. TIGGZ, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm just glad to be home and, you know what I'm saying, working, getting ready for Dallas. That's the biggest thing right now. I'll be there.
You said Dallas, Vegas, or Dallas is the biggest?
No, Dallas and then Vegas after that. And then LA.
Shit.
Like, I go to Dallas in 2 weeks, and then the week after that, I go to Vegas, and then the week after that, I'm in LA to do another festival.
What's that date?
The festival, I think, is the 29th. I want to say.
Of this month?
Yes.
Ah, damn. I'm there the 4th.
Are you?
Oh, yeah. Some small shit, but some lit shit nonetheless, man.
Yeah, I'm doing. It's like some little small local shit in Long Beach that I'm doing. But it's for one of my artists because I DJ for this artist out there, Ricky Rabbit. She's
okay.
really dope.
I'll check her out.
Really, really dope.
Anyways, man, we want to get down to a little bit of the backstory, of course. Personally, I've never seen any interviews from you. So I want to make sure that at least the AZ Way 2 active heads, my fellow DJs, my fellow artists, know who you are. Where do you reside from? Are you from Phoenix?
No.
No?
Unfortunately, I'm not from Phoenix,
Yeah,
but I love it here.
It's cool.
I love it here,
me
man.
either. We found
a lot
a
of people don't
for
like.
it.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Like I literally was like, I'm gonna come here for a year, and then now it's been 4.
I've laid some fucking roots down here. You know, home is where you hang your towel. Home is where the hood is. You know.
Yeah. So originally, I was born in New York, in Yonkers, New York. I moved to California when I was like 14. Pretty much raised out there.
Where you go to school?
Poly. Long Beach Poly.
Long Beach Poly?
Yeah.
No doubt.
High athlete, so.
Yeah, I went to Chino Hills High School.
Oh, no doubt.
Chino Hills High School pole vault record holder, actually.
Oh, okay.
I got recruited to come and play track out here at ASU.
Right.
That's how I moved here. So, Poly, I'm very familiar with Poly. They were
I got recruited. Yeah, I started out at Pomona High, and then
no shit. Yeah. Wait, you're blowing my mind right now. What year you go to Pomona High?
I'm old, so.
Yeah, my mom teach at Pomona High today.
Are you serious?
My mom was a teacher. I went to Pomona High for a summer school.
So I was there.
Interesting.
This was like 90. Let's see. My freshman year, my sophomore year was what? 96, 97?
97? Okay, I was born in 95. My mom started teaching in Pomona Unified School District in... I don't know if we should put this in there. Fuck it. Doesn't matter. You can find her anyway. She's always in our live streams. She started teaching there when I was about born, so... Or I'll say when I went to, after she graduated, so like we're talking about 99, 2000.
Okay, that was like the year I graduated.
And she was at Gary. She was at Gary.
Oh, okay.
So like if you're familiar.
Our rivals.
Yeah, right?
Those are rivals.
Yeah, so she, when they have the game, she does a split shirt. And it's Gary with Pomona, right? And just starting fights everywhere, man. I love her. She's so passionate about those kids there.
Yeah, my family is from the north side of Pomona. So
North Pomona, okay.
Yeah,
you ever been to downtown Pomona?
Absolutely.
Shit is lit.
It is.
In its own unique way. Like the last time I was in downtown Pomona, this fool comes up to me, "Hey dog, punch me, dog." I'm like, "What? I don't even know you." Just punch me right in the chest. My homie's like, "Fuck it." Boom. Punches him in the chest, right? Bulletproof vest on. Don't know where you want to get stabbed at DBA.
That's funny. But so I got I ended up getting recruited for basketball.
Poly?
Yeah, I got recruited by like we had a summer league game like my sophomore year, like at Pomona, and I dropped like 40 of them. 40
on Poly?
On Poly.
Good grief.
And they was like,
My LA heads know.
Yeah, so it was like,
Yeah.
cause if you know, like if you like a lot of times like the LA district kids, like they recruit like out of the IE.
Dude, probably be looking like the Oregon Ducks.
Like if you look, like I got recruited, like
their gear is
the
so
only
fire.
reason why, look, I probably would have been at Dominguez with Tyson Chandler, like because like we were all like in around that same circle.
Okay.
So a lot of like the dope athletes who played ball in LA.
Yeah.
Most of them were from the IE.
Yeah.
Most of them were. I could tell you a good 80% were recruited from the IE to go play down in LA.
Hold on, I just got 20 more questions about you, bro. Just back there, you out that way, yeah.
Like for That's real. Wild. So I ended up going to Poly, playing football, basketball, ran track, and I played baseball. Baseball was actually my number one sport. Really? So yeah, so baseball was my number one sport. I played in the minors for like a year. I ended up tearing my ACL, and that was the end of that story. Ended up going to the military, ended up getting out, and then that's when my DJ career kind of started.
When you got out of the military?
Yeah. Like
what years are we talking about here?
This was 2006 when I got out. My uncle was always a DJ, so I used to like help carry his crates and like the 45s, like all that. So I was just like, man, I don't want to carry no crates. But then by the time 2006 came, we were digital. So I was like, oh, I could do this. Like I could do the digital, but I'm not carrying no crates. These things is heavy. Like you know what I'm saying? So I ended up. It was actually kind of crazy, like how I even got into actual like DJing, and like DJing like my first club. I DJed at this club in Anaheim called the Boogie.
The Boogie.
It was like maybe like 3 blocks from Disneyland, and so this was like the popular hip hop club at the time. And me and my friends, we had like a little crew there.
How old are you at this point? You like in your 21?
20? Yeah. No, I was like 20. Let's see. Yeah. That's 2006. So I was 25. 25, 26 around this time. 06, okay. And so we had like this little crew that me and my friends like started, and like girls used to just come to the like whatever clubs we was at. And so we ended up
it's like a party crew.
Yeah. So we ended up like club promoting. At the Boogie. Started club promoting. I started hanging out with the DJs, and then like one day I was like, I used to DJ, and the DJ, I don't know if he was drunk or whatever, but he was like, oh shit, well go ahead and spin for a minute then. I was just like, alright. I was up there just pressing buttons.
Already Serato times, or are you talking about like?
This was like glitchy Serato.
Like this is like scratch or like
itch,
right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, I went up there and I was pressing buttons, and I was just like, but at that point I still knew music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I was like, okay with blending like my first time, and it was just like, but the more I did it, I was just like, I just got better, and better. Right. So fast forward, I ended up. Like I said, even at that point, I didn't even take it seriously. So, like, I ended up working for a radio station. I ended up meeting. So, I'll tell you, like, probably what really started me was my big bro, Glasses Malone. That's who kind of really started me. Like, I met him through another mutual friend, and this was around the time when he got signed to Cash Money. So,
wow, okay.
So this was like perfect. It was kind of like perfect timing when I met him. This is like right before he got signed. So he was doing like big promotion tours and all this stuff. So basically, I ended up being on his promotion team, basically, and like going to the studios with him, going to video shoots with him, doing promotion around the city. And his brother Pooh was also doing like promotions around the city and stuff like that.
We're talking about the city. You're talking about LA, or you're talking about like LA, Anaheim, like OC.
No, this is LA.
Yeah, okay.
This was like LA. I got with him, got with my homie Marcus Two Braids, who was promoting at the time, and really I was like club promoting every night. Like I promoted the biggest clubs in LA. Like we were one of the ones who started Supper Club out there. Like that was probably like the biggest club like at that time. We had Mixed Nuts Comedy Club. We was doing like a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Like
what years are these right now? Now that you kind of evolved a little bit.
Yeah, this was probably like 08, from 08 to 2011. so just like that 3-year span was like 3-year, 4-year span was like really, really dope.
So this is kind of like the jerking movement.
Yeah.
Being in LA in the jerking movement, can you talk on that? Did that affect what you were playing in bars or clubs or how you're promoting like the actual, that side of music?
No, because that was the wave just in LA, because that's what everybody was listening to.
I mean, this is YG's now coming up.
This is this is a YG, LMK. This was New Boys before.
Rangers.
I knew the New Boys when they was going to Hamilton.
Yeah,
like they were going to Hamilton with like Lauren London.
I ran at Hamilton.
Like I remember, like Lauren London used to come to our parties before she was new. Like we knew all of them. Like you know what I'm saying. Yeah. So we used to go up there and just.
So that's just what you're playing. That's just hot music at that time,
right? So especially for LA, because LA is like one of them. They have like that kind of like their own sound, and that's what they listen to.
And I feel like as far as it strayed from that, some of it really has an instrumentally tempo wise, like I feel like, and it may be an influence from the Bay too, but I think that like if Bay music influenced like jerkin, like however jerkin came around, it's like. Jerkin just like it took over, and I feel like we still hear a lot of sounds that sound like shit that we were jerking to. Like this is my high school time, so jerkin is crazy. I mean, colored jeans, all that shit, right? This is when I'm in high school, so like the Rangers, the New Boys, fucking Marvel Inc. Wearing Vlados, going to 6th and Maple.
Cause it was like, cause even in like just in like the Southern California culture, we were so used to. Like gangster hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like we weren't dancing, like we were boogieing. That's what we called it. We boogie. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. We was doing like gangster crip walking and all that stuff. That's what we was doing.
So it's already showing up the footwork and
so when
the
jerking came along, it was just like oh shit. Like,
and those are tunes you're playing in the club now.
Jerking beats.
Jerk type music.
Yeah, I still play.
Obviously, New Boys.
Yeah,
when they came out with that album. With Tie Me Down and You're a Jerk and whatever shit was on there.
I mean, they definitely had like their own, like just that whole movement with YG and Mustard and LMK and all them, like like that. It was really like a whole movement. TF Third.
Probably in the hood, posted with my love.
TF Third was hard.
Probably need more.
Yeah, Lil Rob. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
shit, Lil Rob's in that scene, huh?
Yeah.
That's crazy because that summertime song is still I'm still playing that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like
still playing that a lot.
But that was like they had their own movement at that time. Yeah. Like and it was crazy. It was a crazy wave. So fast forward, ended up moving to Atlanta.
What year is that?
This when I moved to Atlanta was 2011. Okay. 2011 to 2014. Was when I moved to Atlanta. Started working for V103. Doing like just promotion and production assistant work, like for a couple of shows. Like I did like the Benzino show that was on V103. I work with Greg Street a lot.
For us that don't know, what's V103? Is that
it's a radio? It's like the hip hop station.
That's it's kind of like Power out here.
Yeah, pretty much. And then my big break was actually getting to work for DJ Drama. That was kind of like my big break, and I think that's kind of when I got back into DJing again.
So you were a promoter kind of before that, like exclusively street team shit, flyers, CDs,
and then I moved in. Booths. Yeah, and then I went to radio. I went to radio school, and then I ended up getting a job at V103 as a production assistant. So I was like cutting commercials.
Where'd you go to radio school at?
At Huntington Beach at what is it called? Television and radio school.
Now, do you think that television and radio school is as important now as it was maybe in 2011? Or what you that was around the time you went, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I still think it's beneficial, yes, because a lot of times that people get in the radio, they just go in and start as promotions, and then they have to kind of learn everything hands on. Yeah. But it's beneficial because if you already know all that stuff,
we're talking about the technical aspect.
Yes, you can kind of jump higher. Like, so if they need somebody to cut a commercial like real quick, or work the graveyard to where you're working, you're working in the songs of the graveyard, making sure there's no dead air. Like that's valuable to them because they don't have to teach you that stuff.
Because I'm sure that now most of that is done by an algorithm. Yeah. So like, do you think?
But they still need somebody to put that. They still have to put that into. They still have
rotation,
to put that. Yeah.
Or those recorded mixes. Or however
they still have to have somebody place that stuff in there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they still have to have they still have to have somebody cut commercial.
Yeah. I heard Bullet Kev talking about it.
Yeah. So they still have to have somebody making sure, like, if it's a 30-second spot, if it's a 15-second spot, being able to do these commercials within 15 seconds and get all of the information that that company wants in there within 15 and 30 seconds.
So the station is recording that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sometimes it'll be like, sometimes they'll have where they want, like, for instance, they want Big Boy to cut the commercial. So they'll have a list of information. So Big Boy would have to come up with a script. Most of the time, because Big Boy is so busy, they'll have somebody like me, production assistant, make a script for Big Boy to read, and he has to read it within 30 seconds.
And have you done that for specifically?
Yes.
Yeah, for Big Boy?
Not for Big Boy specifically.
But for the
for like Greg Street, like for Benzino, for Candy, like for B103. So yes. So for other artists I've definitely had to do that. So
okay, cool.
And then after working with DJ Drama, which was really dope. After that was over, I came back to California, and really I started like just kind of like back into the little just music scene. I started doing like hip hop magazine where I was writing, because that's what I went to college for, to be a writer. So so I was doing like freelance work for XXL, and at that time The Source. Huh?
You ever help pick the people in XXL?
No. Nah, I would just writing articles and stuff like that. Yeah. So I would write articles. So like how they did it was you'll write an article about something, and then you pretty much kind of just pitch it to like XXL or Source, and if they like it, they'll pick it up. Yeah. Like probably one of my.
You said that was freelance, yeah.
Yeah. So probably one of my famous articles that I did was, I kind of badmouthed like World Star Hip Hop a little bit, where I was just kind of like World Star Hip Hop, like World Star Hip Hop and like Loving Hip Hop, because I was at a point in time where I was just like, I'm from New York, so I come from like that hip hop culture, and it was like I was frustrated because you would go, you Google hip hop, and the first things that pop up were Loving Hip Hop and World Star. And I just felt like those things didn't represent hip hop in a way that it should have been represented.
Yeah, how was that response? Think I'm mad at you?
No, I think a lot of people love that article.
Appreciated
like
it.
They appreciated it. At the same time, they also gave their feedback and how they felt like it does contribute. Like I got a letter. Like I remember I got a letter from Q. Rest in peace to him. I remember getting a letter from Q. And he was just like, I love the article, I appreciate it. But then he went down and broke down and kind of like how, World Star Hip Hop was supposed to start. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciated that. So that was dope. Yeah. So fast forward, then we get to, I started working a corporate job, working for a corporate company. Ended up moving out here. So they basically shut down the building that I was working in. Yeah. And they gave me an option to either relocate or to go to like another office somewhere else. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna try Phoenix. I'm gonna try, and it was like a promotion too. So I was
like spontaneously, or like you're talking about through your job. You're like, fuck it, Phoenix.
Yeah, because it was a promotion too. Yeah, this is how I got to Phoenix. So I was like, it was a promotion. It was more money, and it was like Phoenix, and I only had to be there for a year. So I was like, I could do a year Phoenix, like whatever. Let's see what happens. So I came out here. And then I really just started connecting with people, and then
who's like the first people you started linking with out here?
Mr. Bowtie was probably the first like promoter I started like messing with him, and DJ Pest. Pest, like
Pest still going up.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. That's my guy.
Even as secluded from the main scene of DJing that I am, like even I know DJ Pest.
Like DJ Pest, that's my guy. So like those are like the first people I linked up with.
What year is this?
And then this was when I moved here, 2018.
2018. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're around the same time getting to Phoenix.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm not finding out, or actually, I guess I came in 13, but like DJing wise, 18 was like, or where I feel like I really started to get a hold on what I might be capable of. But talk to me about linking up with Shade 45.
So how that happened? Okay, so the Shade 45, like basically how that happened. That basically happened through like the core DJs. So,
Is this recent?
this was last year.
Last year. Okay.
Last year when it first happened. So,
Yeah.
how the Shade 45 happened? Basically, so I got into the core. So after I got into the core, which was like the same year, they already had the Shade 45, the core DJ Shade 45 show going.
Yeah.
It's been going for like 10 years.
Right.
So Tony Neal, who's the CEO, he ended up introducing me to Ron. Rod is he's basically the program director for Shade 45 and Hip Hop Nation. So they started doing the tour where they were going around to different cities, like looking for local artists, and then they were also messing with like the core DJs in those cities. So when they came to Phoenix, of course I did my set, and then they liked it so much, I started going on to the tour with them, like to do the Shade 45 every Friday. So basically from that, it was like, oh, okay, they really like me, cool. Then it was like, oh, well, look, you can do this, every other Saturday. You just send me an hour mix, I'll put you on. Like, cool.
Can you do that from home?
I just do an hour mix at the crib, send it out to them, and then they'll air it on Shade 45
and is
on
that
Saturdays.
how you got linked with Hip Hop Nation? Or
Yeah, so then that's how Hip Hop Nation
after?
came along. Yeah, so that's how basically, because it's all part of the same network. So same thing, Rod, he runs Hip Hop Nation too, and he was just like, hey, I got an opening for Hip Hop Nation for Pull Up Saturdays. Do you want to do that too? And I was like, shit, yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, to be honest with you, I'm trying to get my own show. He was just like, all right, well, cool. Let's keep doing these. I got you.
Yeah.
So the plan is eventually to have my own show on either one of them. But so right now, you can hear my mixes on Hip Hop Shade 45, and basically that's how they go. But all that stuff funneled through Tony Neal and the core.
Neal.
And like a lot of my projects, like even with doing the Dirk concert, doing a Dirk tour, DJ Reese, who's also a core DJ, he basically was just looking for core DJs in each of the cities they was going to, and having them doing the opening. So that's how I even got to do the tour. And they didn't have like a core DJ in like a couple of the cities, so I ended up just doing those. So I ended up just doing like 4 or 5 cities.
How you become a core DJ?
Pretty much word of mouth. Really, it was from
kind of a
DJ.
I know they have the call. Oh no, that's Southwest DJ Alliance. Never mind.
Yeah, so they do, because it's kind of like a voting system. So basically, the core DJs in your cities will nominate you to be a core DJ. Yeah. So at that point, they'll tell like Twansack or Tony, and then basically they'll start kind of watching you, and then seeing if you're a right fit for the core. Seeing how you move, seeing what you're doing. I was going to the conferences and stuff like that. They saw me working. They saw my work ethic. And then at that point, it was just like, all right, cool. This who y'all want in the core? Cool. He's in the core, basically. So it's almost just, it's basically like a voting system. And I got real, like I said, DJ Classic, that's my boy. DJ Classic, John Blaze, DJ Marvel, Poker Face, DJ LA. DJ LA was probably the one who vouched for me the most. Right. Like he was like, man, I've been telling y'all, man, this the one. He the one. Like da da da. Like he was like super super pushing. He's like an OG in the course, so it was good to kind of like he would like pull up on my sets and be like, and I wouldn't even know he was there. He'd like pull up. He was like, yeah, I saw you doing your thing, bro. He was like, I'm gonna get you in the core. Like I was like, every time he said me, so. Basically, that's how I ended up meeting Tony Neal, and then the rest is history.
So do you break a lot of being in the core and having these outlets to different shows and different radio shows? Do you play a lot of AZ music?
A lot of what?
Like Arizona, like music.
I do. I won't say I play a lot, only because I'm not the type of DJ. Like, I don't really chase artists.
Yeah.
Like, but I will put the invitation out. Like, hey,
Yeah.
send me your music. Da 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 da. A lot of times, like, artists don't. They'll be like, oh, I'm gonna send you this. I'm gonna send you that, and then they never send me anything.
Yeah.
Like, they be expecting of me to chase them down.
Rather
but
to
I'm
find
not.
a person who's really working on it, huh?
Yeah, like, I don't chase them down. But I do have a couple of artists that I mess with, like Screws Boy. I hang with him heavy.
He's dropped some crazy shit.
Yeah, like
on us as well.
like him, Big Doobie. I fuck with him heavy.
Doobie's hard.
Bobby Denims. I mess with him heavy. Merkham's.
Bobby Denims.
Yeah.
Is a woman.
Yeah, I work with her. I love her. I love her. That's my dog.
Good.
With her, who else? Richie.
Okay.
I work with him. Futuristic. I've done stuff with him.
Mandatory.
Like,
Phoenix.
I already said Merkham's. Definitely. But yeah, just like, just finding those like type of artists that's like working and like trying to do some DCM. Give him a shout out because he just did. He did South. I sent him to South by Southwest. Killed it.
No shit.
Killed it.
Oh,
So
listen, man. I could talk to you all fucking day. We'll probably go more talk out there.
yeah, we probably will.
I think we've been on here for like nearly an hour. Yeah, right, fellas.
Right.
They're gonna have to cut this up. We went a little bit backwards. Talk to me a little bit about what you got coming next. Right, you know, the next month or so.
Okay.
And you know what you might want to be out here promoting. You know what are the big things, right? You got Dallas. You mentioned earlier Vegas.
Yeah, so we got the core retreat
Yeah.
in Dallas that we do. We
Yeah.
do 2 retreats a year.
Right.
Hopefully, we can get the next one to be here in Phoenix in November. I don't know when I get back, so then I
Yeah.
can start kind of like plugging like who needs to know, who will probably need to be there,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. Like it's usually over. Like even for this one, we got over 547 DJs like registered. Like it's
you
over.
You gotta be in the core DJs to do that, or
No.
you just pull up.
No,
That's how you kind of got found out, right? That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you don't have to be in the core to go. Like you could be any DJ that wants to go. And like I said, we have workshops there. Like we have like algorithm workshops. We have workshops for artists who want to learn how to make money. You know what I'm saying? With their music, how to get their music on air, how to get their music played, how to get their music to DJs, how to get them to label mates, how to, fund their, fund their stuff, and how DJs make money. So and network. It's just a huge networking event. Like I said, we have tons of hosts. Like this year, we got Sleazy World Go, Club Godzilla, Beat King is gonna be there, Trina's gonna be there. Who else?
Dallas?
Yeah, this is in Dallas. So we got
Trina's gonna be there.
yeah, we got a bunch of artists. Black China's gonna be there. Like we got a bunch of artists that just come through that that fuck with the core. That been fuck with the core for a minute.
Yeah.
And these are a lot of artists that the core has broken records for.
Right.
So
that's
like
dope.
like I always tell a story about the baby. So like the baby was probably one of the biggest artists that the core has broken. So I don't know if you guys heard the story. So South by Southwest, the baby does our show. He does our like open show or whatever. He does the show in a diaper. He does the show in a diaper.
What a sicko.
Like he raps, like he does this whole show in a diaper. This was at our show at the core, and it was heard everywhere during South by Southwest. That was like the biggest.
Viral,
everybody was talking about it, and so we kept pumping his records. He came to our retreat, stuff like that. A year later, he was,
I needed some shit with some bop in it.
Like Bop came out. And he was just hit. Now he's the biggest streaming artist in the world.
Wow.
Like, and that's all just from coming to the retreat. Like,
that's dope.
And being heard. Like
that's
that was
the influence, man. That's why you gotta be tapping in with the core DJs and on regular shit with your real DJs, man. I know even the artists, even the fans can smell out the real DJs from the fake, man. No fucking bullshit TikTok DJ bullshit.
That was perfect.
Oh man, Tiggs, I appreciate you. We're gonna go holler out there for about another hour and a half.
We probably
easily.
are. I ain't got nowhere else to go. Let's do it.
We're gonna go drink some tequila, man. I appreciate
social media.
How can we find you on social media?
All right. So you can find me on social media at DJ TIGGZ _. That's my IG. You can find all my information there, my link tree. If you want to email me, is djtigs5ive@gmail.com. You can email me there. The best way to get to me is like DM me. Like, hit me in my message.
First.
Yeah, I answer like I'm not one of them assholes who like leave niggas on red and shit like that. Like,
you check your the like hidden messages. Or, like,
I check. I do check the hidden messages because I know everybody
that's hard though. You
like
know
it does.
Like,
sometimes like it may take me a minute to get to it, but I do check it. Like, just trust me. That's eventually, good. I will get to you, even if it might take me a day or two, because I get DMs and messages and emails. Like, that's all I do is check emails. Like, I get 30 emails a day, just new music, new artists, or stuff I gotta do, or schedules. But I'm always in that stuff, in the morning, because most of my gigs are not at night. But if you can't catch me on IG, if you in Phoenix, you can catch me at either Glow, Varsity Tavern. You can catch me at the Lounge Soho. You can catch me at Loyalty Lounge. Probably where you're like Loyalty Lounge is Glow is probably the most popular two you'll catch me at. But you can catch me at any of them places. Like, I'm there at least one day out of the week. So, yeah.
That's dope, man. Tiggs, once again, we appreciate you. These are interviews activated by DJ Goth. You know how we doing, man. Real DJ talks. We could go forever. But we out. Bow.
Yes, sir.